Now at 5 and streaming on crossroadstoday.com, chaos breaks out at Utah Valley University today as conservative activist Charlie Kirk is fatally shot during a speech. Plus, multiple fire crews battle a blaze at a Wharton County egg farm. Drones are helping with the response. And one classroom video sparks an audit of the entire Texas A&M system. We'll explain the sweeping changes.
We will continue with the sunny skies, but you'll see a few clouds and you'll start feeling the humidity rolling back in. We'll have your forecast coming up in a moment.
And dangerous boat wrecks are cleared from Texas waters. The state continues its mission to keep the coasts safe. You're watching 25 News Now at 5. Good afternoon and thanks for being with us. I'm Shauna Curry. Conservative political activist Charlie Kirk has been shot and killed during an event today in Utah. It happened on the campus of Utah Valley University, according to authorities. Police say the suspect is still at large. ABC's Rena Roy is following this breaking story.
New video posted on social media shows the moments right before conservative activist Charlie Kirk was shot while speaking at Utah Valley University this afternoon.
Just one shot straight into Charlie Kirk.
And I watched a fountain of blood come out of the side of his neck like a water fountain. And it was surreal. Everyone dropped, and I was like, where's the gunman?
Panic and chaos in the crowd as people ran for cover. Witnesses say Kirk was talking about gun violence when he was shot.
Everyone got down. Everyone was so scared.
Kirk is a massive voice in the conservative movement as the founder and CEO of Turning Point USA, an influential conservative youth organization. He's often sparked heated debates on college campuses across the country. His rhetoric has often been closely aligned with President Trump, who posted on social media to pray for Kirk, saying he's a great guy. Orrin police saying the suspect is still at large. Both the ATF and FBI are responding, the FBI saying they're closely monitoring the situation and that agents are on the ground there. Multiple senior sources inside the West Wing saying they are in shock and disbelief. Sources also tell ABC News the president has postponed a dinner he had planned for this evening. Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
At least 3 students are in critical condition after a shooting at a Colorado high school. Details are limited at this time, but the shooting was first reported around 12:30 this afternoon and happened on school grounds. It's unclear, though, if the shooting took place inside a building. The Jefferson County Sheriff's Office said the shooter or shooters have not been located at this time. Evergreen High School is on lockdown and in the process of being cleared. A 10-year-old is arrested for making a false report at a Victoria elementary school. Around 11 o'clock this morning, Victoria County Sheriff's deputies say a student reported seeing someone carrying a weapon on school grounds. After a thorough search by school resource officers, they found no person and no weapon. The 10-year-old student later admitted he made the claim as a joke. He was arrested for making a false report and taken to the juvenile detention center. The sheriff's office says there is zero tolerance for any threats against schools, prank or not. After years of concerns that cell phones and addictive social media apps distracted students during instructional time, school officials say they are seeing signs of positive change under Texas's new cell phone ban in public schools. To read the full Texas Tribune article, come to crossroadstoday.com. Firefighters are working a large blaze at the Maxim Egg Farm in Wharton County. The fire broke out today on FM 442 between Bowling and Lane City. Multiple crews are on the scene. The Wharton Police Department even deploying drones to help emergency teams get a better view from above. Officials say that the flames are under control and have been extinguished, but they are still asking people to stay clear of the area while authorities investigate. It's not yet clear what sparked the fire or if anyone was hurt. Well, the humidity is coming back, so these cooler temperatures aren't, feeling as cool. Let's go to Chief Meteorologist Mac Perez for a first look at our forecast. Mac.
Yes, we're slowly drifting back into a kind of a summer pattern. It was very nice for the last couple of days with the low humidity. Mornings were very pleasant. The mornings will be okay for the next couple of days, but you will feel that Gulf moisture roll back in and you'll see more clouds and you'll probably even see 1 or 2 little afternoon showers. But once again, we were on the dry side and there were more showers down south of Corpus Christi. So it's kind of the way our luck has been running. We'll talk more about what to expect for the rest of the week coming up in just a few minutes. Back to you, Shauna.
World leaders are condemning Russia's drone attack that entered Polish airspace. Poland and NATO allies say Russia sent these drones into Poland deliberately, which Russia denies. It's a major escalation in a war that has no end in sight, despite threats President Trump has made to Vladimir Putin. ABC's Christian Cordero reports.
Today, as Poland assesses the Russian drone strike that pierced through its airspace, the NATO ally warns Moscow is waging war with the whole Western world. Poland's prime minister says Russia deliberately sent at least 19 drones into southeastern Poland during a massive drone attack into Ukraine. At least 4 Russian drones were shot down by Polish and Dutch warplanes after they were considered a direct threat. Russia says it did not have any targets in Poland.
It simply defies imagination that could be accidental. We have invoked Article 4.
NATO's Article 4 triggers an emergency meeting with allies to address a threat.
A full assessment is ongoing. But of course, whether it was intentionally or not, it is absolutely reckless. It is absolutely dangerous.
Poland's prime minister says it has now received proposals from NATO for concrete support to bolster Poland's air defense. While no injuries were reported, the wreckage of one of the drones landed on this home in eastern Poland. The homeowner says he ran into the yard and saw the roof in shreds. Russia has increased its air attacks since last month's summit in Alaska, where Presidents Trump and Putin met on the backdrop of pursuing peace. And today, in response to Russia's drones entering Poland, Trump posted on social media, quote, "What's with Russia violating Poland's airspace with drones? Here we go." Ukraine's foreign minister today says Putin laughs at Trump's peace efforts and is calling for action from global allies. NATO's Article 4 is one step below Article 5, which essentially says an attack on one is an attack on all. Article 5 has only been invoked once in the history of NATO on behalf of the United States on September 11th. Christian Cordero, ABC News, Washington.
Video of a student confronting a professor over LGBTQ content in a Texas A&M children's literature class has sparked big changes. President Mark Welsh announced an audit of every college in the Texas A&M system. He also fired senior lecturer Melissa McColl, while the Dean of Arts and Sciences and a department head were removed for approving course materials that did not match the course description. The move comes after Governor Greg Abbott publicly called for the professor to be let go. And here's your viewer poll today. Should state leaders influence professors' jobs? Yes, they fund public universities. No, schools should decide independently, or only if laws or policies are broken. 67% of voters feel that schools should decide independently how professors teach classes. 22% only if laws or policies are broken, and 11% feel that yes, they should. Visit crossroadstoday.com/vote to let us know your opinion, and we'll have another look on 25 News Now at 6. The Texas General Land Office has cleared 5 more abandoned vessels from coastal waters. The removals were funded through a federal coastal management program that supports habitat and wildlife protection. One of the boats, called Doctor's Orders 2, had gained attention as an unlikely landmark near a popular ice house in Nueces County. Other vessels were removed from Galveston, Chambers, and Matagorda counties. Commissioner Dawn Buckingham says keeping Texas waters clear of wrecked or abandoned boats is crucial for safety, the environment, and trade. Another round of removals is set for late September. Here are some of the top headlines in the Cuero Record. All cities in DeWitt County saw increases in sales tax revenue for the year, and the Yorktown City Park gets upgrades. To read these stories and more, visit DeWittCountyToday.com. And remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Crossroads Today. Hit the like button and click the notification bell. Stay with us straight ahead on 25 News Now at 5. Multiple cheese varieties are pulled from shelves in 4 states, including Texas. We'll show you what to look for. Plus, koalas face a deadly threat that scientists could not treat until now. The breakthrough vaccine story ahead. A warning for cheese lovers. A major recall is underway across 4 states. Midfield Original Cheese Co-op is recalling multiple cheese products because they could be contaminated with listeria. The recall includes organic Gouda, cheddar, Swiss, pepper jack, Monterey Jack, mozzarella provolone blends, and Sunrise Creamery's Dilly Pickle Monterey Jack. The recall includes both cheese blocks and shredded varieties. The products were sold in Ohio, Minnesota, Wisconsin, and Texas between July 7th and August 14th. You should throw them out or return them to the store for a refund. Parents in New Mexico can cross off one common expense. Universal access to free childcare will be available starting November 1st. This makes New Mexico the first state in the U.S. to offer free childcare. Officials say regulatory changes will be used to kickstart the program, but legislative approval is needed for full funding. The policy change is expected to cost close to $600 million per year. Good news for those who use GLP-1 medications. New research has been published showing roughly half of patients who stop using the drugs were able to keep the weight off or lose even more. ABC's Jacqueline Lee has more.
In the past, studies had shown patients often regained weight after going off a GLP-1 medication like Wegovy or Zepbound. But new research shows 2 years after stopping a GLP-1 medication, roughly half of patients kept weight off or lost additional weight.
This is very helpful information for us as physicians to be able to inform our patients. One other interesting thing in the report is that most of the weight loss that happened occurred in the first year. After that first year, it was really more of a plateau.
Epic Research analyzed more than 188,000 patients' health records who took GLP-1 weight loss medications like semaglutide and tirzepatide for at least 90 days and lost at least 5 pounds of weight. It found after 2 years of stopping GLP-1, 50 to 60% kept the weight off and lost more. 20 to 30% doubled their weight loss, and 20 to 30% regained weight again.
Could there be something about the medicines themselves that's helping people maintain that weight loss? I have a lot of patients who have gone from taking the GLPs every week to every month or every 3 months as a way to kind of maintain. We do see that if you taper off over about 9 weeks, that might help you maintain the weight loss. And we've talked a lot about an oral pill that may be coming out on the market, and for many people, that may be an option to transition at least off the injections.
Researchers say across all groups, a patient's weight stabilized after 12 months after stopping their GLP-1 medication. Jacqueline Lee, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Koalas in Australia will soon be getting vaccinated against chlamydia, a first-of-its-kind project. Scientists spent more than a decade developing the vaccine to fight a disease that causes infections, infertility, even blindness, and is blamed for half of koala deaths in the wild. Until now, antibiotics were used, but they often interfered with how koalas digest eucalyptus, sometimes leading to starvation. Koalas are already critically endangered, also threatened by habitat loss, wildfires, and car strikes. Here are some of the top headlines in the Port Lavaca wave. The 1988 murder of Joyce Cheney remains a cold case, and local Scouting America troops celebrate the 49th fishery. To read these stories and more, go to portlavacawave.com. A new environmental study further investigates the link between pollution from fossil fuel companies and heat waves. The findings, published in the journal Nature today, dug deep into 213 heat waves that took place worldwide between 2000 and 2023. Researchers say the events became more likely and severe during that time, in large part due to the burning of fossil fuels. The bottom line from the scientists: major oil companies and countries known for producing fossil fuels were key contributors in the pollution that caused the heat waves.
Interesting information there. Basically, we've known for about 30 years that that was happening to the planet, and we just didn't get the word out enough. But that's another case to prove what's going on. 92 degrees right about now. It's going to be getting a little bit more summer-like the next couple of days. It was very pleasant with the cool mornings and the sunny, mild afternoons, but 92 is exactly where we're supposed to be this time of year. We'll get up to maybe 95, 96, and we'll talk about the return of the humidity. All that coming up in a moment. Overall, we've got some fairly nice weather coming up, but you know, low humidity is always appreciated around here, and that was the last couple of days. But next few days are going to be okay. It's just going to be more humid, and the Gulf air is going to start rolling back in. You'll see more clouds. You know, Sunday we had that stationary front that actually drifted through, brought us the heavy rain. And it's been stuck down there off the coast of deep South Texas for, well, since Sunday, as a matter of fact. And they've been getting rain after rain after rain, but not us. We're on the dry side. That frontal system should evaporate, and all that rolls back up into the region. Now, the East Coast is having a good change of seasons over there. We can say that they've already moved into fall, and we can also say that fall is really rolling into the West Coast. I worry about the West Coast because I, worked out there for many years, and we used to have the Western fire season. Well, this year we had no fire season, and the storms are beginning to move now, which is going to minimize any fire season. So it's a good thing, because you saw how many fires we've had over the last 10, 15 years as the planet continues to warm up. Here we are again on the dry side up in Victoria, but shower activity rolling in and out through the valley, starting over in Kennedy County and going all the way to Laredo. Nothing significant, just garden variety little showers, but that's the stuff that's going to be moving back up into the region as we get into the next couple of days. Obviously no rain around the region today, but look at what happened down south. So as you can see, they are getting moisture, and we're not. So of course, very interesting to talk that we are now at the peak of the hurricane season. September the 10th is traditionally when the majority of storms form. Okay, so from here on out, we should be seeing a decrease in activity. But if you ask me, I'm thinking this thing's going to go boom. I don't think, well, my sense is, this is not official forecast, my sense is that we've turned a corner on tropical storms, because we're getting frontal systems, we're getting big moves of weather patterns over North America. So if anything forms in the Atlantic, it's going to have a real tough time moving on to the mainland. So with that said, we'll be watching it, and if anything changes, we'll be certainly talking about it. Here's that old front that's continuing to keep that Gulf moisture south, but that should be changing. Out in the Atlantic, there is an area that has potential for developing here. We'll certainly be watching it, but it is not even a wave yet. That is just a potential that the computer models are putting out. This one on the west coast of Mexico is going to be a problem, because it's very likely to form, and it's going to be real close to their coastline, and hopefully they'll doesn't turn. That was a big question. So let's take a look at your forecast. Pretty simple. We'll see more cloud cover tomorrow. There'll be a couple of afternoon showers because of the heating and the moisture rolling in, but getting up to about 92. Again, partly cloudy inland areas. You'll see a little bit of cloud cover getting up to 94 in Cuero. And let's see what we've got all the way through the weekend. Just a little 20% here, and sunny and warm for the weekend. A little bit more summer-like, but overall we've got fairly quiet weather through the next 7 days, other than that one or two little sprinkle possibility in the afternoon. That's your 7-day forecast. We want to remind you that we do have this QR code. If you scan that with your phone, you can put Crossroads Today on your cell phone. And we'll toss it back to Shauna.
Still to come on 25 News Now at 5, a $725 million Facebook settlement hits users' accounts. Find out if you're getting paid. The markets closed mixed today with the Dow down 220 points, the S&P 500 up 19 points, and the Nasdaq up 7 points. The price of oil jumped $1.04 to $63.67 per barrel. Facebook is shelling out big bucks. The company has started paying a $725 million settlement over claims it misused user data. The case stems from the Cambridge Analytica scandal, where a marketing firm was accused of accessing Facebook data to target voters during the 2016 election. Anyone who used Facebook between 2007 and 2022 could file a claim. Those getting a payout will see an email notice a few days before the money hits. Troubling news about the economy. Fewer jobs have been created in the last year than we thought. And while the average man is enjoying a pay raise, the average woman is not. ABC's Elizabeth Schultz has the details.
This morning, for the first time on record, the pay gap between men and women has grown wider for 2 consecutive years. New data from the Census Bureau shows women working full-time last year were paid just 81 cents for every $1 men earned, down from 83 cents the previous year. And while men's wages went up nearly 4% in the last year, women's wages did not change significantly. Overall, income gains for the typical American household in 2024 were negated by higher prices due to inflation.
I think the economy is weakening. Whether that is on the way to recession or just weakening, I don't know.
Yesterday, J.P. Morgan's CEO sounding the alarm, responding to a different economic figure, a bombshell number about the jobs market. Revised data shows the economy added 911,000 fewer jobs over the 12 months ending in March than previously estimated. The White House blaming the Biden administration and casting doubt on the Bureau of Labor Statistics, which compiled the report. Despite President Trump saying tariffs will boost U.S. manufacturing in the long term, the short term is growing more uncertain, with 12,000 manufacturing jobs lost last month alone. Still, there is good news. Stocks are up. Wall Street hitting new records, fueled by expectations that the Federal Reserve will begin cutting interest rates next week. And gas prices are heading down, now taking the smallest bite out of American paychecks since 2005.
Still, when it comes to the health of the economy, many analysts are voicing concerns about the uncertainty caused by tariffs and the impact of immigration raids on the workforce. Elizabeth Schultz, ABC News, New York.
The founder of Tesla and SpaceX, Elon Musk, is no longer the world's richest person. That title now goes to Oracle co-founder Larry Ellison. The 81-year-old's finances are valued at $393 billion. A big chunk of that, $101 billion, came Tuesday night after Oracle had an exceptionally strong earnings report. Ellison is the largest shareholder of Oracle, and stocks have exploded recently thanks to surging demand from AI customers. As for Musk, according to Bloomberg, his net worth is $385 billion. Well, an exceptionally rare albino alligator has sparked a jubilant celebration across the San Francisco Bay Area. We'll find out why coming up next. The San Francisco Bay Area is celebrating a milestone birthday for its most famous reptile. Claude the albino alligator turns 30 on Monday. There he is. The California Academy of Sciences star is one of only about 100 albino alligators in the entire world. Without melanin in his skin, Claude cannot bask in the sun like other alligators. Instead, he enjoys a heated rock set to 85 degrees, swimming and getting scrubbed clean by caretakers. The 10-foot, 300-pound reptile lives peacefully with fish and snapping turtles in his exhibit. Looks like he enjoys that, and I don't blame him, but
he found a very favorable environment there, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
With free scratching and everything.
So, but here in the Crossroads, we're probably able to bask in the sun for a little bit longer.
As long as you've got melanin in your skin, you'll be all right. Yeah, it's going to feel a little bit more like summer over the next couple of days because the Gulf air is rolling back in. Low humidity, lower sun, cool mornings, that always helps out. But a few clouds and some showers possible in the afternoon popping up for the next couple of days. You can see how your temperatures are going to be about 95, 96 right on through the weekend. By and large, though, all things are fairly quiet all the way through the next 7 days, so no big storms to deal with, and it's very quiet in the tropics.
All right. How much warmer is it going to feel than these temperatures?
You'll feel it because of humidity. The low, you can do the sunshine with no humidity, but when the humid air is back, it feels oppressive. We'll be doing this a lot.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us. We'll see you back here at 6.